I'm in Japan right now and I finally got my hands on the English exam that everybody here studies for. Although Caleb was excited to receive his promotion, he felt the either twinge, sprig, mandate, or bastion of sadness. The coach made sure to blank the strengths of each player. She wanted to build their confidence before the next game. So the options are extol, forestall, eschew, and abhor.
This is not only a problem with English education in Japan, but all kinds of language education and testing around the world. They teach people these hyper advanced words as if that makes them better at English, when they're totally lacking on the ability to simply communicate with a native speaker. Just because a word is uncommon or something that people would typically learn later in life doesn't mean that it's better or more advanced or makes you a more advanced speaker of the language. The goal should be to communicate with native speakers fluently. And if native speakers are hardly using those words, then you don't really need to focus on learning those words. And you definitely don't need to be testing students on those words that they're probably never going to use and never have or never will hear a native speaker actually use in a casual conversation. Of course, if you're going into a certain area, you need to learn the specialized vocabulary for that area. If there is a walk of life where people are more likely to use those words, then you should learn those words if that's the walk of life you want to walk. But in terms of just teaching all students how to be better English speakers, that's not the way. You might understand these fancy words, but then you don't understand how a native speaker gets so many different uses out of a word like shit. We use it in so many different contexts for so many different meanings, and a lot of people can't understand all the meanings that we use it for, but it's super common. The goal of general language education at a grade school level should be to teach people how people actually speak, not just a few fancy words that seem more advanced.